Welcome, ladies, to another episode of the Her Expert Interviews. We're in the month of March, the month of women for women, and we are talking about how to craft or create a winning pitch. Women, we are looking for money in all corners, left, right, and center. So we want to make sure that you're well equipped with all the tools, all the resources you need to get that winning pitch and get that money, secure that funding. Today we have an expert in the field of helping ladies get money. She's going to answer 1 or 2, 3 questions, share her insights on this topic so that you can use it as a powerful tool to attack to your next funding opportunity. My name is Charity, as always, and before we get into the conversation, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell like this so that you're able to keep updated with our new videos with different experts. Please introduce yourself to the audience.
Yes, hello ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cynthia Esther, and yeah, I do work with the NSSF Hi-Innovator program to help the ladies with investor readiness, to help the businesses and even those that have not yet got into business.
Thank you for that introduction. Thank you for giving us that confidence that where you're coming from, you know, it's proven and tested, tried and tested, so we can trust the information that you are going to be sharing with us today. Our first question is when someone talks about a pitch, what is it? Some people don't know what that is.
So a pitch is like, it's a sale. It's a short sale. It's like an elevator sale. It's you need to impress somebody within a span of about 3 to 5 minutes. That's what a pitch is.
That's what a pitch is, not a presentation. Because some people think it's a presentation where you have to explain and explain and explain and explain.
No, and I understand that sometimes people are looking for examples of how to pitch, and they look at all these different types of pitching and they want to incorporate them into their pitch, so it comes off wrong. But ideally it should be a short sale.
Okay, so ladies, we've gotten to know what a pitch is. It's short and precise, hitting the nail on the head, right? Not 20 paragraphs or 20 PowerPoints of a presentation. No. And I'm glad that she has cleared that. So when someone is, because a pitch is accompanied with something called a pitch deck, I hear. So what is a pitch deck?
So a pitch deck is, I will use the word presentation of that sale. Ideally, you're giving a picture. It's a picture of what you're selling.
Visualizing.
You're giving a visual to the investment, to the people you're pitching to. So that's why it's mostly graphics. You want it to have as little, you don't want it to be wordy.
Yeah.
You also, if it's too much pictures, depends, but just try to make it more graphical to give a picture of what you're selling.
Of what you're saying. So that as you're saying, I have 10 cows, they are seeing the 10 cows.
Yes.
Yeah,
so when you
like that.
combine the pitching, the words you're saying, with the graphics, it should
life.
transport the person you're pitching to into another. You're creating a world. It's like how a cartoon brings this other world to somebody. So you're transporting these people away, because that's the most effective way to give that quick sale.
Yeah.
You want to transport people away from here for at least 5 minutes. They need to be in a world that you have created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. So could you give us 2 or 3 elements that make a pitch stand out?
So I will give 1 or 2.
Okay. Are there more than 1 or 2?
I mean, they can be endless, but we shall go with, yeah?
Okay.
So the first thing is to be straight to the point. You don't want to meander, right? If, for example, you're going to say, let me give an example of how does it work? What we are doing, you're trying to show the investors.
Yeah.
I've seen people making a mistake of putting their entire product line. Each product has its own slide. Like, no one is interested in knowing. Let's say, for example, if you're producing these herb teas, and then each herb, what heals what, hypertension. Like, don't go there. Like, try to give how this works. like the manufacturing process or like the preparation process. You're trying to give, ideally, especially if you're looking for money, you're trying to give these people a picture of the operations. Yeah, so that's the first thing. So you want to be direct in a way that makes financial sense.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Secondly, you don't want to, for the pitch, both in terms of the presentation and the words, you don't want to make it controversial in a way that you're arguing with them. You want to keep it in such a way that they are nodding their head the whole time.
Yeah.
Don't put concepts that require a deep explanation. You want to leave that for later.
Yeah.
Those are the most that can go off head.
Yeah. Important elements. So are there some myths, because you've seen so many women pitch for money, so many people pitch for money. What are the common mistakes that people do when they are pitching?
So there are two major angles. One is the way you've crafted the pitch deck, and then two is the way you are presenting the pitch deck. So most people think that they cram, right? They think there is this formula, right? To representing, for example, your business. There is no such a thing, okay? The mistake people make is that formulaic approach to expressing what their business should do.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. What you want is to bring your understanding of your operations. And because of that, if, for example, I've seen someone being asked, what is your share capital? And honestly, they do the business, but they had never read in depth, those old memorandum and articles. They had not seen that. And they're like, honestly, I have not checked for it, And it was impressive. But then you find someone going too far to try and defend themselves. It's like that concept of life and death. It comes because of that cram work, because you think you've missed something that you should have said. So you find yourself over-defending what you're saying. That's a huge no. Yeah. That's on the other side. Then on this side of the pitch deck itself, like I said earlier, try not to make it so wordy. And also try to stick to a warm, how it looks. Keep it warm. Don't make it too strong in terms of how it looks. And also too light. Because you have 3 minutes to make these people throw their money at you. In 3 minutes, they have to be like, you know what? We can actually move $1 million.
Yeah.
So you don't want them to lose track even for 1 second. You want them hooked.
Yeah.
So that combination of just a deep honesty of what you're trying to talk about. Okay, I wouldn't say honesty, but a deep confidence about what you're trying to talk about. And just an extremely entertaining way of presenting it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. Those are very, very important points to mention, because I feel their pain. Like someone over defending. There's a high chance of you getting lost within there and creating more questions for them to ask you that you can't answer. So I do understand that part that you are talking about. As we conclude, are there some maybe unique things or some points that investors look out for in a pitch when someone's pitching and someone mentions this point that investors are like, what are those areas that someone should really concentrate on or make sure that they have refined before they present their case in front of an investment committee?
So I'll try to have a rundown in my head.
Yeah.
So the first and most important thing is, especially if it is a business, the investor is looking for if you understand the opportunity out there and the size.
Okay.
So this is in two aspects. One, the problem. Two, the market itself. So people pay money. People go and work hard to look for money to pay for things that keep them awake. Yeah. So when you're trying to pitch, you want to show that the problem that you're solving in society is keeping people awake. Like people are you have just not met that demand. People bring their money. That's the first. Investors will be looking at the depth of the problem. That's why people have crammed. They come and cry, yeah, my husband died of cancer, and then, they're trying to evoke emotion to show that, people are having a sleepless night for this. I got a problem for this. So, of course, that approach might work, but the most important thing is to figure out what is keeping people awake and why they actually pay for this. They don't pay because you branded it in the queue. It's cute. It's some people come and they start pitching like they are showing like it's for the elite, you know, type thing. It could be, but your problem explanation has to show that these people stay awake to pay for this, not because they have no money. Then secondly, you want to show them that market, like I said, on that same aspect, that you have to show that there are very many people in the market. So what people come and you see the investor in their mind, unconsciously they are looking out for this aspect. So when you show that the market is not, they can tell that. That's why they ask questions like, what is your strategy later on? How many do you move per week? They want to see if the demand is actually there, how big that market is. And also these people that, what type of market can they actually afford? Because some people look for a problem, but that market cannot actually afford it. That's the first thing. Then secondly, you want to show still connected, but like the money, like can you collect that money? So these other aspects will be tying into it, like you're showing like, can you collect that money? Like this is how much we move, like those breakdown of the financials. And then also you show, like in a year we can move these, in a week, if there are such and such, they'll ask you if there are such and such factors. How will you overcome that? Then you show that if there are such and such factors, we can still collect money by doing such and such. We have such and such a strategy. So you want to show those volumes, how you move them, how much you're collecting. In case of, bottlenecks, how you could collect. They want to see how profitable this business is. If it's not yet profitable, what is the plan? Because they are most interested. You say you want, if someone has a business, if I'm doing a business right now, and you just come and see how rich I am, it's very quick for someone to be like, can I, work with you? People want to be a part of profit making. That is the second thing. Then finally, you show this competence of the ability for growth by looking at maybe where you're coming from, where you're going, the team strength. Because you can have very good dreams that maybe currently make money, and there is a problem, but you don't have the ability to solve it. And this is not new to these guys. The investors have seen very many brilliant, talented business people fail all the time. They have seen very good ideas fail all the time. They have seen also like terrible, people who are not very talented. The ideas are lackluster, but the team is so good. So they have seen all these combinations that don't work. So you want to bring those three combo. It's a hard-hitting combo. You have to show the need in society, how big that market is. You show that it is really making money so far. You're really making. For those who are pitching something that has not yet made money, you still have to give like correct projections backed by some research. And then you also have to show like we have that team that's going out here, boots on ground to attack. Just before I forget, you also want to research on your funder. You want to know what their goals are, what they are looking for, so that when you're explaining, when you're trying to sell to them,
you're speaking to them. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for those insights. I hope you've been taking notes, because these are real pain points that funders or investors look out for. Catch us next month for another amazing episode with another amazing speaker, another expert interview. Before we leave, Cynthia, would you want to share your email for business? Also want to consult you on these things, because our interview has been short, I understand, but someone might have more questions to ask. Is there an email that you can share? Someone can reach out to you.
My email, which is always on, is at @cynthiaesther@gmail.com.
Thank you so much for your time once again. Before we close, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you, ladies. Cheers.